physical therapy and sports performance. Pretty much what happens through my day, I show up about 30 minutes early to work to prepare and plan my schedule of my patients. This involves saying who's up for a progress report or a progress evaluation, what exercises I'm going to be trying with each patient, different manual therapy ideas. The setting I work in is outpatient orthopedics, so typically our clientele is a huge range from 5-year-old kids to 100-year-old geriatric patients. Our office is a pretty small team, about 5 therapists. We do not use modalities at all, so we're a very functional-based clinic with a lot of functional exercises, so you won't see too many isolated exercises in our clinic. But pretty much we have 2 patients every hour at the top of the hour, and typically anywhere from 10 to 16 patients a day you'll see. The tools I use, really, it's your hands, mobilization belts, massage tables. We use true stretches for stretching exercises. Pretty open gym, so a lot of our stuff you can do with the medicine ball or dumbbells, a few sport core bands, but not a typical machine-based exercise. You won't see that in our clinics. Discuss your career path. Well, I was a high school student that didn't get the best grades and really didn't like school at all, but realized I didn't want to work at Home Depot the rest of my life after a couple of years, so enrolled in community college and did 4 years in undergrad, figuring out what I didn't want to do with my life, including music, architecture, business, psychology, and then I ended up getting injured at work and went to physical therapy. That was my first taste of it. I never knew really what it was before that point. I wish I could say that really inspired me to get into it, but it really didn't. It was kind of a mediocre experience. But I did try out kinesiology in school and really enjoyed the classes because I was really into fitness and exercising. So I transferred to San Diego State University after 4 years of community college in their fitness, nutrition, and health in kinesiology. Pretty much realized I didn't want to do personal training with that, so I transferred into the pre-physical therapy department. Obviously a much harder way to go with all the science classes you need. But knocked that out in 2.5 years, and then during that time I started volunteering as a physical therapy aide at Gaspar Physical Therapy and really loved it. I learned so much, asked a lot of questions, worked my butt off, and really fell in love with physical therapy at that point. And then applied to grad school, got into San Diego State in their inaugural class, and 3 years later started working at Rehab United. Credentials, certifications that I earned, really just a bachelor's and then a doctorate of physical therapy. There's other ways you can go. You can get a certified strength and conditioning specialist, any personal training certifications, but they're kind of unnecessary for physical therapy. Where do you intend to go? Well, I just started my job or career at Rehab United, so I plan to stay there for a while, but the cool thing about physical therapy is there's so many other options you can choose from. There's hundreds of settings, from neuro to ortho to geriatrics, pediatrics, cardiac, pulmonary, inpatient, outpatient, acute care, long-term acute care. There's so many options. That's the great thing, is if you don't like one, you can just move on and try something different. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about your job? Well, least favorite would definitely be all the documentation time. It's very tedious. Definitely having to always request for more visits through insurance companies, because a lot of times your hands get tied with whether they're willing to pay you or not. patients that really want to get better, and they've been in pain for however many months, and day one you make their pain go away, even if it's for a little bit. Something like somebody had an ankle sprain and it's been bothering them for 4 months, but they try to run on it. Every time they run or squat, it hurts, and then you just mobilize their ankle while they're doing a squat, and boom, the pain goes away. Or I had a patient a couple weeks ago with neck pain and chest pain and pain all the way down his arm that's been happening for 4 months, and feels like it's a stabbing, shooting pain that is just disabling him. And doctors are saying, oh, he has carpal tunnel syndrome and he needs to get surgery for it. And then, one visit you end up finding a spot on his lateral epicondyle, and you do that trigger point, or you push on that trigger point, and it brings them almost to tears. It recreates the exact same pain they were having. And then you massage that, or you do a trigger point release, and 1 minute later, it's like a light switch turning off, and their pain's gone, and they're ready to go get surgery for this problem. And you fixed it with 2 minutes of your time. It's just things like that that really make it worthwhile and make you love your job. What are the skills or qualities that make you excellent at your job? Well, a lot of it's people skills and social skills, leadership skills. There's a lot of patients that rely on you to get better, and there's people that have been in pain for 20 years that come to you finally, and they expect you to treat them and make them better. A lot of that's knowledge, school book stuff, but there's people that can get 4.0s throughout college and then be terrible physical therapists because they don't know how to communicate with people or make connections with people. Some of those skills you learn on the job, but a lot of them, you have it or you don't, but it's definitely something you can work towards. But really, being personable, showing that you actually care about your patients, because really it's all about getting them better. Tips for success or words of wisdom. Well, definitely, physical therapy school is not a joke. It's a very long-term commitment. It's very expensive. Oftentimes, you're going to come out with $100,000 plus in student loans. So really make sure it's something you want to do. Make sure you've done volunteering in a clinic or a couple of clinics to get that experience. If you end up being an aide, I would say ask as many questions as you can, learn as much as you can. Make the best use of your time. Don't just be the aide that stands around and listens or folds towels and cleans tables.